Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of the Dan Dawson Show. So I told you this. I want you to watch how now the tides are turning. So I keep trying to tell people, these liberal elites don't care about you. They don't care. Now Newsom, somebody else I'm going to show you, is going to be a little surprise for you. Governor Newsom is calling on mayors to crack down. You know why? Because now it's affecting the liberal elite. Because now they're moving from the Asian community stores, the Black community stores, the independent mom and pop stores. Now they're moving to the Nordstroms and the Louis Vuitton stores. See? So now it affects them. So guess what? They're going to throw the book at you. Go back and look through some of my videos. It's a repeated theme. I keep telling these rioters and looters. When Maxine Waters went to Minnesota and told people, if we don't get the verdict they want, you go out there and you riot, and we got to step it up, and we got to get aggressive. Like I said, it's not going to be her. It's going to be your dumb ass. Black, white, purple, green, doesn't really matter. When they decide to crack down because now you're affecting them, you're the one that's going to suffer. Please, please, if you have a liberal friend who's not getting it, please send them this video, especially if they're a Black liberal. They do us more harm, the liberals, than they do any other race, even though they march under the Black Lives Matter flag, even though Black is in the name, right? It's just a dog whistle. Let me explain to you how. Remember when they first came to everybody's attention that on their front page of their website, they want to destroy the nuclear family, all this, all that. You notice they never quote Obama, who said that's the biggest problem in the Black community is not having a father in the house. He said in any community, actually, and that is true, especially lower income communities, lower income households too. You end up in that because it's not two parents pulling together. See? But that's one of the things they wanted. See, they want the destruction of America, and they don't care who they have to trample on. They don't care who goes to jail as long as they get their way. So the question is, how much longer are we going to let them get their way? When are you going to wake up? When you're sitting in a jail cell? Because now, all you liberal sycophants who've been out there rioting and looting because Maxine Waters, Nancy Pelosi, who's the other one from California? It doesn't matter. AOC, Rashida Tlaib, because all these people are telling you to do it. So you go out and do it thinking there's going to be no repercussions. It's an election year coming up, people. They're about to crack down on all this. Now, the problem they're going to have is people or the liberal politicians in cities and states that might flip red, they're going to want to change. The squad's not going to let them because all those squad members, all four of them, are in heavy blue districts that are, no matter what they do, are probably not going to change. But let's see what's going on in the world today. 1 second. Take care of something here. So, this is actually from Fox News. Emma Colton, oh, look, I got one right. And it's titled, Newsom tells California mayors to step up after mob of looters make six-figure Nordstrom heist. Where's he been for the last few years when they've been attacking people on the subway? Keep in mind, the liberal elite don't ride the subway. When they've been robbing these mom and pop stores, knocking over neighborhood Walgreens in poor communities, nowhere to be found. Matter of fact, he almost got recalled for this same thing, right? And you think he's learned the lesson? No. He just doesn't want it in his neighborhood. I saw this firsthand in Seattle when they set up Chop and Chaz. And you all know my story about Chop and Chaz, right? So as long as they stayed in downtown Seattle where all the poor lived, not all the poor, but middle to lower class, right? Or low to middle class, middle, not a problem. Jeannie Durkin said, oh, it's a city of love. even though there were reported rapes, robberies in that little zone that the police couldn't get into. And you even saw the Seattle police chief, Carmen Best, say, hey, yeah, we're getting all these reports, but we can't get in. The mayor's not allowing it, which ended up in Carmen Best resigning, which was the best thing she could have done. I think she should run for mayor. I think she win in a landslide. But there was no problem. Then, when those same rioters and looters started trying to do the same thing in Bellevue, they were arrested immediately and everything was shut down. Because keep in mind, at Chop and Chas, 2 young Black men were murdered by BLM. The BLM Chop Chas people picked up all the gun shows, hid the evidence, wouldn't cooperate with police. So how much does it sound like they care about your Black life or the Black life of your son or daughter? We have to get this through our heads. They do not care. Matter of fact, if you could show me one example where they did something caring about Black people that didn't directly benefit them immediately, send it to me. Okay, let's read this. Governor Gavin Newsom called on mayors in his state to step up and hold the mobs of shoplifters targeting retail establishments, including making a 6-figure heist to account. Quote, I am not the mayor of California, but I was a mayor. And I know when things like this happen, mayors have to step up, Newsom said Monday at a vaccine clinic in the Mission District of San Francisco. Quote, this is not an indictment. That's not a cheap shot. These people need to be held to account. Newsom added, we need to investigate these crimes. We need to break up these crime rings. We need to make an example out of these folks. California Highway Patrol presence will also be increased around highly trafficked shopping destinations this holiday season. Patrol will most notably be increased on Interstate 680 and State Highway 4 in the Bay Area. I've been to California a few times. I have no idea where that is. Is that like a, if somebody from there knows, is that like a high rent district? If so, let me know. I'm assuming it is. San Francisco District Attorney Chesa Boudin echoed Newsom and said, if you come to San Francisco and commit crimes, there will be consequences. Boudin is facing a recall election next year, following repeated criticisms of soft on crime policies. We said because it didn't matter as long as it was in poor neighborhoods. It didn't matter. This has nothing to do with my policies and everything to do with the challenges we as a country are facing, Boudin said. The challenges we're facing that their leftist policies created. The San Francisco area saw back-to-back mob lootings over the weekend, which targeted a Nordstrom, a Louis Vuitton, pharmacies, marijuana dispensaries, and other retail locations. In Walnut Creek, which is located about 25 miles from San Francisco, roughly 80 looters stormed a Nordstrom and took somewhere between $100,000 to $200,000 in merchandise, according to police. 3 people have been arrested in connection to the robbery. Now notice, they haven't made not one arrest in the Walgreens things. They even changed the law where if you take under $950, it's a misdemeanor. Cops aren't allowed to arrest for misdemeanors. That's what they did in Seattle. And so basically you walk free. Cashless bail. Even if they get arrested, they don't have to pay bail to get out and go back and do the same thing. Think about that. But now when they start hitting the upscale stores and upscale neighborhoods, now there's a problem. The crimes have also extended to San Jose, about 50 miles from San Francisco, where at least 4 people stole $40,000 from a Lululemon in an incident described by police as organized robbery. I've never heard of Lululemon. I'm assuming it's upscale, right? I don't know. I wear jeans, sometimes slacks. Ooh, I really like those tactical pants with all the pockets. You can put all kind of stuff in there. But Los Angeles also saw a smash and grab robbery at a Nordstrom on Monday night. Police arrested 3. Let me back up. My bad. Some police and retailers pointed to California's Proposition 47 for the increase in crimes. which reduced shoplifting charges regarding the theft of $950 or less from felonies to misdemeanors. In 2018, state legislatures passed a temporary law in response to complaints surrounding the law, which established a new crime of organized retail theft. A California Highway Patrol Task Force was also created to help assist areas with high instances of such crime. The law expired at the start of the year, however, the San Francisco Chronicle reported. Like I said, it's of their own doing. Now, I'm going to play something for you. Close your eyes just for a second. I want you to listen to something. Close your eyes, no peeking. Here we go.
Yeah, I know that for some people who have never actually held a job in the private sector or never had to run a small business.
You can open them now.
Yeah, maybe they're cool with people stealing up to $950 of somebody else's like money or property. But I'll tell you who's not cool with that: small business owners and working Americans who understand that has an impact on them, on their children, on their families, on their lives in these areas. It's really, again, this continues. It is insanity and it has to be stopped.
Yeah, these incidents we're watching the last 2 days did not fall out of the sky. They happen because there's a permissive environment in these cities where we're not going to prosecute property crimes. We're going to let you do these things. And Rev, if you walk in, you know this, into New York City, I walked in a couple of months ago into a Dwayne Reed. The shelves were empty and I thought, oh, is this a supply chain? They said, no, everybody stole everything. I mean, so you've got things that are locked up now that were never locked up before and
yeah, I know that for some people.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea what Dwayne Reed is, but my point still stands. When this was going on in poor neighborhoods for years, Scarborough said this is just a form of reparations. The liberal media cheered it on, but now that it's in the white elite liberal neighborhoods, see what we need to learn to do. Never mind, I'll get to that later. Now that it's in their neighborhoods, now it's a problem. Scarborough tells a story about he had a friend walk in to the Louis Vuitton store to get a pair of jogging pants, warm-ups, he said. I didn't even know Louis Vuitton sold jogging pants, so. But I've never been that kind of, well, yeah, I have. I used to be flashy, but I never wore Louis Vuitton. Anyway. And there was a holdup while he was there and they came in and just grabbed bags and took everything. See, it's hitting them now, so they care about it. They're getting ready for all you people who've been out there committing these crimes, looting, robbing, attacking people. Mark my words, elections are coming up. These politicians want to hold on to their job. Liberal elites are being affected. They're about to throw you under the bus. I would jump off the bus right now if I were you. So I just wanted to show you guys that, show you how things are going. But because that was really a surprise to me. I thought I was listening to Fox News. Apparently I wasn't. So, oh, that story he tells too, go to a Black conservative perspective on YouTube. He covers it, he plays it, it's really good. I didn't want to play that part because he did that, so he did a really good job. He always does. But like, subscribe, share, and as always, do what you got to do.